Hey class, welcome back. We're going to look at this poem again. In my first video, we looked at rhyme scheme, we looked at structure, we looked at annotation a little bit, we looked at parallel structure, we looked at slant rhyme. We're going to look at something a little bit different here. One of the key things that I think is important with poetry that really gets almost a bad rap, but really some people don't even talk about it, is to look at wording. What words did the author choose, did the poet choose to use? What sort of symbols, what sort of imagery? Why did the poet write this the way they did? And the answer is not to confuse you, though. I mean, maybe it depends on the poet. Some poets are a little confusing. So we've got some words at the beginning. We talked about the imaginary skies. We talked about the castles. We talked a little bit about a fearless rider on his father's knee, stories told, a round table. So I'm going to put this down here at the bottom. But wording, we have a lot of medieval words. We have a lot of, I'd even just say, we have a lot of ancient words. And we have a lot of words based on imagination. Let's see if I can spell it right this time. And actually, it bothered me so much the last one, I almost refilmed it, but there we go. Yeah, I know how to spell imagining. So we see some ancient words, some medieval words. We see a lot of action words like build, ride. Action words. Okay. I see a lot of things like glorified, manifold, heroes, mysteries. So, it's kind of got that like sort of divine quality in a weird way, or, almost trying to think of the word here. Exalted. Let's go with that. Exalted words, or praising words, exalted words. Now, why do we do that? Why are we looking at the wording? So this list really tells us a lot about what the poet was trying to get across. We know that he wants us to feel sort of ancient, taking it back to a different time. We're not talking about the 1800s. We're not talking about the 2000s. We're talking about back probably 1400s, 1500s, maybe even before that. We have action words, especially since this little kid is going to be a hero, or is the hero of this. Heroes have actions. Heroes take action. That's what makes them a hero. You can't be a hero and sit on your butt all day. Maybe you can be a guitar hero, but you can't really be a hero like this kid is imagining. Exalted words. This isn't just the kind of hero where he does a little bit and, he builds a castle a little bit. We have words like adventures manifold, many adventures. We have glorified down here. The air's all filled, legends, steeds. There's a difference between a horse and a steed. A horse, that's what you ride. You just kind of gallop around on it. A steed is the horse of a knight. That's like a companion. That's that sort of almost, bonded animal that's, going to drag you from battle if you get hurt. Whereas my horse is probably going to run off and go eat a carrot. That steed's going to stand by my side. Castle's high and fair. I mean, is this kid really going to build that big of a castle with these blocks? I don't know about that. So again, we have hyperbole here to kind of give the extent of this imagination. Even using the word thy, the ancient word thy, it's archaic, it's old, it's meant to make us think of older times. So that's what we're talking about when we're talking about wording. When I look at an author or a poet and I look at their wording, I want to see what words they have in common with other poems by that author, by the time period. And that way I can kind of get an idea of what they're going for. Probably what this guy is going for, again, is trying to make us imagine along with this kid. The kid's imagining something. We're supposed to have that image in our head of what he has. So that's what's important about wording. Wording can be a little bit difficult. It's sometimes hard to figure out what things have in common, if at all. For instance, if you wrote another poem and it was about the woods, I might not see the same kind of ancient words. I might not see the same kind of action words. But what I probably look for is the same type of exalted words. Like, if he's praising the trees, that leads to his imagination. That's the kind of thing that you might find in this person's style. So with wording, it can be a little bit difficult. Again, you just kind of go through a little bit at a time, look at the words, look at what he's saying. You can annotate this differently. Right now, since I'm doing this on Google Docs, I just have it at the bottom, similar to how I have the ideas of what the stanzas are about out to the side. If this was actually on a piece of paper, I probably would have highlighted a little bit. And actually, I think I figured out that I could do that here. Like, for instance, let's see if I can make this work. Yeah, there we go. I might have like underlined the parallel structure. I might have, put a little arrow here if I had an idea about it and things like that. So, there's a lot of things you can do with annotation. The main reason we annotate, though, and the main reason we break down poems are poems have a lot of meaning in a little space. That's basically what they're all about. And if we don't break them down, we're going to miss something. So anyway, that's the video. It's just a little bit shorter than the second part or the first part. Thank you for watching. And if you have questions, just let me know. So thank you guys. And I hope you all got this. This is our last video on poetry for now.